If you're doing cardio before weights, you might be wasting your workout. Let's ask a man who's done it all. Who's that man? Jon Anderson. What happens when you combine the mindset of a champion wrestler, the grit of a strongman, and the discipline of a pro bodybuilder? You get Jon Anderson, a man whose life has been built, rep-built, and battle-tested under a barbell. Jon isn't just some guy with muscles and motivation. The dude's competed at the highest levels of strength, sports, wrestled in Japan, earned his pro card in bodybuilding, and created the deep water training method that pushes both your body and your mind to the edge. So today, we're asking, cardio or resistance? We're going straight to the source. Let's hear what Jon has to say, because if anyone knows the science and the savage truth behind training order, it's Jon Anderson. Let's get into it. Jon Anderson is going to reveal if you should start your workout routine with cardio or resist training. Let's have a conversation about cardio or resistance. What should somebody start their workout with first? A cardio workout or resistance training?
The first question you got to ask yourself is, what is your goal behind your exercise?
My goal would be to change my body composition, loosen body fat, increase my muscle mass.
How important is building muscle mass in the equation?
I want to have a better physique than I have today. So muscle mass is important to me.
Okay. So first thing you got to understand about cardio is not using a piece of cardio equipment to warm up. Cardio would be getting on a piece of equipment and maintaining a steady state. If building muscle is very important, then what you have to recognize is that cardio before or after your workout is going to inhibit your ability to build muscle. Let's go into why. If you do it first, what you're doing is you're burning up the storages that you need to kick ass with lifting those weights. Okay. Now, if you do it afterwards, you're basically taking away from your body's ability to recover from the broken down muscle tissue, which we know in that first 90 minutes, I call it 60, is imperative. What I recommend to people, if building muscle is important, you need to get that cardio at least 2 hours away for whichever direction you want to go from your weight training.
Okay.
Now, that's if building muscle is really important. If building muscle is not important, then really loosens up the reins, because if you don't really care about building muscle, we don't want to put the body's ability to rebuild that muscle at the top of the totem pole when maybe the purpose is to maintain good health, stay fit, and keep the time parameters low. Because generally speaking, splitting up workouts like that is not going to favor someone who is short on time. He wants to get in and get it done. But most people think it's to do after the workout, which from the standpoint of the performance in the workout, yes. From the perspective of recover from the workout, no.
I got you. So again, we're using myself as your disciple. Ideally, Keith, if you have the time, if cardio is important to you, you would get your resistance training done during my morning, my non-negotiables. Focus on that. Focus on getting my lift in, focus on getting my food in, focus on getting my recovery in. And then perhaps later on in the day, again, if my cardio is important to me, that's when you'd recommend I would be doing that.
Separating, yes. But if I was to make my recommendation, I would want that cardio activity done earlier in the day, because the earlier in the day it is, the better, the more benefits there are for you. From the standpoint of getting the most benefit, I would say get that shit done as quickly as you can, because you're going to wake up. It's going to get your metabolism going. It's going to give you a cascade of positive chemicals. The hormones that your brain is going to dump by doing exercise shortly out of bed is going to be fucking far greater than sometime at night. Just by putting that cardio activity right early in the day, there's so many more benefits to having a good day. You wake up, you're all fucking bent out of shape about something, and you don't do any exercise until say noon, the odds are you're going to have a hard time shaking that shit, because blood flow changes our physiology. When our physiology changes, boom, here comes the fucking cascade. Very difficult for us to fucking have a bad day after that.